Welcome back to another 40k battle report by Battleforge Brothers, and as we today over this lush terrain, it is a 1000 point battle report of Harlequins versus the Ultramarines. So it's first time clash on the channel. These two armies have never faced each other, so it should be quite interesting to see how they do. A bit of a smaller game, just because of the Harlequins starting to build them up. It's been a while since they've been on. Looking forward to this game. So we are playing Cloak and Shadows, very fitting. We are also playing a frontline assault deployment. So for the deployment, as you can see, we've got the webway. It's not part of the game, just part of the actual rules. So we have objective 4 down here. We've got objective 6 just on the corner of the Spellcrow ruins. We've got objective 3 just on the opposite side of the big parade square, I suppose it was. Just moving through past the Space Marine statue. Objective 1 just near the ruined blasted door. Objective 2 just on the edge of the Eldar Harlequins deployment. And just over this side, the final objective, objective 5, just near the processing plant and the water cooler towers. So as you can see, the white dice just going in a bit of a point to the middle. That is the centre of the board, so it's 9 inches down. That will be the Space Marines deployment. And as you can see, the view just comes straight through these ruins to this side, which will be the Harlequins deployment. So me and Graham will just take a quick dice roll just to see who will begin deployment, and then we'll come back with the army lists. So just a 5 and a 2. So I will we'll start deploying individually, with it being the rulebook. So I will begin deployment, and we'll come back with the army lists. Right, okay, so this is my 1000 points worth of Harlequins. It's actually 985, just I don't have enough points. And if I did take one extra model, which is the other Troop Master, it would take me over. So we have just on the right hand side, we have a Death Jester, just standard there. We have the Solitaire. Solitaire does have a relic, which is Sagarax Rose. So he will be doing more damage with that weapon. Just moving on, we have a Starweaver, and inside there is a unit of 5, a troop of 5 with 2 fusion pistols and 2 caresses, and of course, as you can see, the Troop Master equipped with a fusion pistol and a Harlequin's caress. Unit of 4 Skyweavers, all with the Haywire Cannons and Zephyr Glaives. Just moving across, we have, this is the Warlord, the Shadow Seer, with the shooting pistol. Powers that this character has taken today is Veil of Tears and Twilight Pathways. So inside of there is another unit of 5 players, 2 with Kisses, and there is another 2 fusion pistols in there, and of course the 2 transports there as well. Just moving across on the far left, we have the 2nd Death Jester. Just to mention, we are running a Vanguard detachment and a Patrol detachment, so that gives us 4 command points. And we Warlord trait is Player of Twilight. So with that, if whenever a stratagem is used, if I roll a d6 and get the exact same amount as what the CP cost is for that stratagem, whether it's mine or Graham's, I will get them command points back. This is a unique Warlord trait, so it kind of overrules the whole tactical restraint, where you can usually get 1 command point back, whereas with this particular rule, I can get more than 1. But I have to roll that exact, but it is a chance of getting more command points, hopefully. And that is it. So that comes to 985 points. Mask form that we're using today is the Sorin Sprite. So that will basically mean that all of our pistols are now assault weapons when we advance. We don't get the -1 for advanced and shooting. So that is that done. So we'll go over to the Space Marines and have a look at Graham's army list. Right, okay, so this is Graham's 1000 points worth of the Ultramarine tactics as well. Graham, just do you want to run through your army?
Yep, so we'll start with HQ. We've got a Captain with Jump Pack and Storm Shield with the Thunderhammer, and he's got the Imperium's Sword as the Warlord trait.
He's in Deep Strike as well, isn't he?
He's in Deep Strike, and he's got the Shield Eternal as the For the relic, yeah.
What does that give him?
Basically, it gives him the 3+ invuln, which a shield would do, but it halves any damage.
Alright, so it rounds it down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, we'll go over to troops, which is, I've got 2 10-man intercessor squads.
So squad there and squad there, yeah.
All armed with bolt rifles.
No special weapons in any of them?
No special weapons.
Oh, you can't in Primaris, can you?
Then we'll move over to elites, we've got 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. Basically armed is what you say. The only difference in one of them is one's got the Icarus launcher.
Has this guy's got a flamer?
Yeah, he's got
a flamer, hasn't he? Yeah. Okay, so this guy with the flamer, the Gatling, the Fragstorm launchers, this guy pretty much the same apart from he's got the mini version of the Gatling gun and the rocket pod.
Yes,
okay.
That's it. We'll move over to the fast attack, which we've got the Interceptor squad in Deep Strike, armed with the assault bolters.
Okay, a unit of 3 for them, I believe, yeah.
3, yeah. And we'll move over to heavy support, which is the Devastator squad. Although, again, they are modelled as Primaris, they're not Primaris, they are just a standard Devastator squad. Yeah,
Graham just doesn't like the normal tactical Marines, so they are Primaris models. I think they look really cool. Graham's done a good job on just upscaling them, but these are normal tacticals.
Yep, and they're armed with 2 las cannons, a heavy bolter, and a multi-melter.
Okay, we have measured as well. These guys are in the proximity that they're required to be, so they're in squad coherency. So that is that there. Any so obviously your warlord. What was your warlord trait again?
Warlord trait is the Imperium sword.
Imperium sword. So just while Graham's getting that, just give you a look of the table.
The Imperium sword is reroll failed charge rolls for your warlord. In addition, if your warlord charges in the charge phase, add 1 to his attacks characteristic until the end of the fight phase.
So nice little combat abilities there. So as you can see, the Harlequins just going quite reserved, just using cover. Marines using a bit of cover as well, actually. It looks as though they're going to try and move through the centre here. There's a lot of there's actually 3 objectives based around this sector, so I can see this being quite busy, whereas the others are quite stretched out. So it depends on what the tactical objective is going to be. Just to mention for Cloak and Shadows as well, anything, I believe it's over 18 inches. Double check it in a second, because the first time we'll play this game actually, you will be subtracting 1, because it is technically, although it's a nice bright day, it's night time in the 41st millennium. So Graham did actually finish deploying before me.
Yep.
So you will get +1. So we will roll. So a 6 and a 1 becomes a 2. So the Harlequins will go first, unless Graham, of course, can seize the initiative.
Where's my dice that I was rolling 6?
No. It's not there. So the Harlequins will be going first in this game. We'll have a look and see what they will do. Right, okay, so we are just here after just drawing the objectives. So for Cloak and Shadows, Graham's not currently here at the moment. It is secret objectives. So these are the first 3 that we have getting. So this particular one, objective 3, is just over here, very close to Graham's lines. Now we do have the speed to get there. We also have this as well, which we could potentially try to go for. And of course, Kingslayer. Kingslayer, we're not going to be able to get that because Graham's Warlord is not on the board. So I think what we're probably going to try and do is sweep around here, claim this, get as much cover as we can, so that then Graham has to move out. See what we can do. Of course, Graham does have a lot of nasty firepower there, but we need to use the game to the advantage. So we'll have a look and see what we decide to do. Right, so we are just back after movement phase for the Harlequins on turn 1, as you'd see in the cards. So what we've done is we've disembarked the Troopmaster and the troop, and then we've advanced actually with this Star Weaver just this direction here. We're going to get some shots off in that direction there. We have advanced with the Death Jester. He rolled a 4, and there must be like twins because the other one's also done the same. So just across this side, he's moved up, just right next to the water tower there. Just advancing with the Skyweavers just over to objective 2 here. Looking to potentially get some shots either there, or we do have other targets we can choose. The other Star Weaver, these haven't disembarked, has just moved across and behind here, there. And the Solitaire, we do need to actually still move the Solitaire. He's the only unit I haven't moved yet, but we'll get him moved. We'll move into shooting because the Psyker is still inside of there. So we'll be back after shooting phase. Right, so we are just in the middle of Harlequin shooting phase. We're just going to open up with the Star Weaver here. Graham's just left some guys on there. Right, so we are going to fire the Star Weaver just across into the Intercessor squad just behind there. So 24-inch range. Graham's just got his 18-inch measurement just to check if we are over that, which we aren't. So we would have to -1 from our hits if we were over that time, over that length for the cover of darkness. So hitting on 3s against the Intercessor squad, so 3+. So we got a 5, a 3, and a 1 fails. This is from the Shuriken Cannon, strength 6. So toughness 4.
Yeah.
Yes, 3s. And a 6 is a Blade Storm. We do get 1 Blade Storm, which will be 6 up save for the Intercessor.
Yes.
He does pass it. Okie doke. So that's them guys, or that Star Weaver there. This one, I actually can't find that there, but technically he is slightly hovering above. So I will double check for when it comes to Graham, because it would mean that he may be able to still shoot it. But he would... I'll come back to this in a moment, because I would need to just double check for whether I'd be able to shoot that or not, because I'm going to have to kind of play around with some of the bases, unfortunately, because I've lost one. Over to this side, we're going to fire Death Jester. Is range 24. Just going to double check range here. So Death Jester is going to take a couple of pot shots. Is he in range? Yeah, but he will have to subtract from his hits. So Death Jester, I'm going to fire just the normal Shrieker Cannon. So just like the Shuriken Cannon, and this is going into your Devastator squad. So this guy he usually hits on 2s, so hitting on 3s. Because of the cover of darkness. So he does get 2 hits. And this is strength 6, so toughness 4 for them guys. Yeah. Will be... you get +1 to your cover because you're in cover, so 3s to wound. So we do get 1 wound. So these will get a 2-up save.
Yeah.
Which Graham does pass on a 6 there. We have another Death Jester. I might as well do the other guy. This one here. Just shooting through the middle there. Graham, can you just double check for me if I am over 18?
No, you're
over, right. Within.
Yeah.
Same again, just Shrieker shot. I'm going to fire hitting on 3s. Oh, that is a poo around. Oh, hitting on 2s actually. He's ballistic skill 2+. So them 2 hit. And same again, wounding on 3s. Okay, so we do fail to wound on a 1 and a 2. So that is that there. Right, so the only other thing really to do is going to be the Sky Weavers. So just going to get their stats. I believe Sky Weavers is D6. So these will be minuses because I believe they are over 18. These are going to be at your Devastator squad.
Yep.
So it is Assault D6. So I will roll
4 dice.
4d6. So we get 6, 12, 13. We get 14 hits. So there's the
13.
4. 14.
6 and 5 is 11.
Oh, yes, it did. No. But then plus the 1, 12, 13, 14.
You blacked me, yes?
Yep, Matt's has took a hit. So, just quickly do that. Okay, so 14 haywire cannon shots. From there, going into the Devastators.
Yeah.
So, hitting on 3s. Okay, so pretty decent round there. 3 misses.
How many is that?
Need to wind you first. I think it was approximately... right, this is strength 4. So it'll be wounding you on 4s.
Yeah, wounded is on 4s. 2 up save.
Okay, wounding on 4s. Okay, so it's 2, 4, 6 wounds. So it's -1 but +1, so it'll be a 3 up save and 1 damage apiece. Okay, so 3 of them go down.
Yeah.
So I'll let you decide where you want them targets to go. Of course, they will have morale to worry about there. Okay, so that is pretty much all of the shooting done. We've seen the majority of the shooting phase. Just going to quickly double check with this guy here. Shadow Seeds fell off, but we'll just see if we can get some shots off there.
Don't think you can, I think it's 2 up.
2 up, is it?
It's 2
Well,
inch up.
we'll
on
double
the...
check because it's got to be any part of the model. So we'll have a double check to see if we can shoot, and then we'll come back. So we are just back after the shooting phase. No assaults for the Harlequins this particular turn. So we have measured correctly, so we would still be able to shoot with this guy here. So it just took 6 shots into the intercessors and killed 1 of them. We did forget about the additional 3 shots here. Grim did allow me to shoot them, but I didn't do any damage, so we're all squared up there. And that is it. So we've seen the damage over that side. We'll have morale to cover in a second. And just for the cards, with them being secret, so we can reveal. So secure objective 3, which was one of our cards, has been achieved over here. Secured by the Star Weaver, so that puts the Harlequins just ahead by 1 point. So we'll hand over to Graham. Graham's just going to quickly do morale on these guys. So they've lost 3 leadership 8.
Leadership 8.
Yep, they are fine. So morale's all held there. So we'll hand over to the Space Marines for their turn 1, see what cards they get. And I'll hand you over to Graham to reveal what his cards are.
Right guys, Graham here, and we're on the Ultramarines turn, and I've drawn 3 cards. So let's have a look at what these cards are. We have Psychological Warfare, score 1 victory point if your opponent failed a morale test. Could possibly get that. No Mercy, No Respite, score 1 victory point if at least one enemy unit was destroyed and or failed a morale test. If 3 or more units were destroyed, I'd probably go for 1. Then we have a tactical objective of domination. Score a D3 plus 3 victory points if you control every objective marker on the battlefield at the end of your turn. I think we can go for the Psychological Warfare, possibly No Mercy, No Respite. The domination might be a bit hard because I've only got these here. You know, we've got an objective over there. Domination I'm probably not going to get anytime soon, so I might think about burning that. Stu is only on 1 victory point at the moment, so I am going to be focusing on these 2 little lovely cards here. Psychological Warfare, No Mercy, No Respite. I will continue to do my movement, and then I will hand you back over to Stu.
So we are just back after movement phase for the Space Marines. So 1 Dreadnought, 2 Dreadnought, So Dreadnoughts are moving ahead, followed closely by the Primaris Marines here, looking to go towards the Starweaver. There is another Dreadnought, like I say, this one looks as though he's going to try and sweep through this way. A lot of cover, however, but we'll see what happens. The Devastators, obviously, they're holding themselves there morale-wise. They'll no doubt want to take some pot shots at these guys down here, or may try and take some shots into the centre ground. And just the Intercessor squad here. There is 2 red helmets here. Which one is your sergeant again? Because you'd lost a guy, didn't you? So you had to replace him. Ah, yeah, he's the sergeant. So these 2, Grim doesn't have like multiple sergeants in there, although that would be quite cool. So they're looking as though they're coming around this side here. So they are following the road. So apart from that, we will just come back with shooting. We'll see what Graham wants to do first. And we'll catch some of that on camera. Right, so we are just in the middle of Graham's shooting phase, right at the top of it. Just a quick addendum, Graham didn't actually move this Dreadnought, so he's just moved up his distance there, looking to bear down more than likely on the Death Jester here. So Graham is going to open up with the 2 las cannons.
Yeah.
And who are you shooting at?
The Death Jester over there.
This Death Jester down here. Okay, so it will be -1 because of the cover of darkness.
Okay.
Because it is over 18 inches, so you're hitting on 4s, yeah. So it does get 1 hit.
I am going to command point that.
Okay, so if you command point, so player of Twilight, I need to roll a 1 because it costs 1 command point, which I don't, so that's that all done and dusted.
Yep.
So, yep, so 2 hits. Toughness 3, so 2s, yep. So it does get 1 comes through.
Yeah.
And
-3.
I get a 4+ in run. He is wearing a hollow suit, which he does pass on a 5. So that's the las cannons.
Yep. So we're going to fire the bolt pistols, the
bolt
bolt
rifles,
rifles, and we're going to fire them. So I do need 15 fast rounds. I don't think I'm going to be with him. No.
Because you've moved for bolt discipline, haven't you?
Yeah. That's the squad's within 18.
Within 18,
yeah.
Yep.
So we are good to go. So, is it assault?
Rapid fire, isn't it? So it'll be 1 shot apiece.
Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 10 shots.
Okay, I am going to play a stratagem, just for you guys back at home as well. I am going to pay 2 command points. I'm going to play lightning fast reactions. And I am going to see if I get the points back for this. Once I actually achieve command points back, I then can't do it again. But it's until I do it. So I require a 2, because that is the cost. So 6, I don't. But lightning fast reactions is -1. These have mirage launchers anyway, so it becomes -2. So now you're hitting on 5s. Effectively. So there's quite diminished firepower there. So that is, what's that, 5 hits, I believe?
That is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4 against the Skyweavers are toughness 4, I believe. It's been a while since I have used these, so I do apologise. Yeah, toughness 4, I thought they were.
4.
So forced wound. I do get 2 wounds, and that is AP -1, I believe. 3 wounds.
3 wounds, yeah.
AP -1.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 up inbuns. They are equipped with hollow suits. Yep, just double checking. Okay, so we do pass 1 and we fail 2. That will be 1 jet bike reduced down to 1 wound. So we'll come back with the rest of obviously after Graham's shooting, and we'll give you an update with what's happened elsewhere. So we are just back after the shooting phase for the Ultramarines, and first blood has been scored. A lot of firepower coming in from the Marines and the Dreadnought into the Starweaver. Miraculously, it's still alive. Don't think for very much long. Reducing it down to 3 wounds, just the minus to moving with a heavy weapon. And obviously for the Mirage launchers, pulling in quite a lot of saves there. A lot of firepower coming in against the Death Jester. Smart manoeuvre in there. Almost survived, but just took them out, just with the in-run failing them there. Nothing we could do about that, so Graham's got first blood there. We just have an assault going off on here, and I believe that that's going to be the Dreadnought,
Yep,
into the Starweaver.
Yep.
So we will get Overwatch. So with our 6 I nearly said star cannon, I wish. Shuriken cannon, hitting on 6s. We don't get a single hit, and no rerolls. So, do you get in? Okay, that is a 3, and a 2. That'll be a 5. That'll definitely get in. Might as well do combat. So, catch this on camera. Yep. It's just the 1.
4 hits with the Redemptor Fist.
I believe it's... Is it 4 attacks?
I think it's 4 attacks, yeah. I'm just getting up the... with the Redemptor Fist, 4 attacks, yep. We're hitting on 3s. If there's any modifiers.
Just quickly go and double check. Right, so we are just... but I just have to quickly go and double check for any modifiers. So Graham's fine, so... hitting on 3s with the Redemptor Fist. So good round there, 3 hits. You've already used a command reroll.
Oh, yes,
so you wouldn't be able to anyway.
1, 2, 3, so 3 hits. It is times 2, so strength 14.
Ooh, yeah, toughness 5.
2s.
Yep, 2s.
Yep.
Does get them.
Does get them. It is -3 and then D6 damage.
So 4 up in 1 for Hollow Fields. So, so we do fail by 1.
I need it.
Oh, do I command reroll this? Yeah, I'm going to command reroll. So I'll roll the reroll first. So on a 4. We don't get it. Do I get my command point back? 1 command point. We do get it back through Twilight Pathways. So that is for this battle round. So do get that command point back. And your damage. Oh, it is gone. Does it explode?
No. No.
On a 5, it does not. So Graham has successfully taken that transport unit out. And of course, we'll be able to move on. We thought it was going to be gone, but we needed to do it for the point. So apart from that, so that's gone. Points scored in that round?
Points
so first blood.
Is there anyone in that transport?
There is not.
No? Right. So we have...
So obviously there is secret, so just tell me the one you have getting.
Right, I have getting No Mercy, No Respite.
Okay, No Mercy, No Respite. What is that again?
Score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy unit was destroyed and or failed. A morale test this turn. If 3 or more units were destroyed and a failed morale test, score D3 victory points.
Ah, so you did kill 2.
I did kill 2.
But you do get 1 point for that, so that puts the Marines on 2 to the Harlequins 1.
Yeah.
Not as brutal as I thought it was going to be. We'll just
I'm going to
remove
discard
this.
a card.
Okay, so Graham is going to discard a card. This was a secret card.
This was a secret card, so
okay.
I'll tell you anyway because I'm going to discard it. Was Domination.
Domination, yeah, a bit of a good one to get rid of. So, at the end of that round, like I say, that is, we'll just remove the Star Weaver, that has gone. And Graham, of course, will get to consolidate towards the nearest enemy unit, which is the Solitaire. I don't think we'll stay there very long, but we'll have to have a look and see what we decide to do. We'll pull out, actually I already have 3 cards, so that's fine. So I'll quickly go to Harlequins, turn 2. Right, so we are just at the top of Harlequins turn 2, and these are the cards. So we obviously still have these 2, and this is the newest, latest one that we got, which is just there. So I think what the plan is with these guys, I'm going to move through. Not 100% sure what to do with this guy yet. We may go that way, and we're going to disembark here and potentially get some shots into these guys. So we'll see who will have that last laugh. These over here, I think what we're going to have to do is potentially pull through here, maybe get some shots there. May go for this unit here. I'm not 100% sure what to do with these yet. And of course, I need to get usage out with this guy. But we'll come back after movement. Graham's not currently here, of course, which is why we're just going through a little bit of tactics. Just obviously we need to start to disembark, get some sighted powers off, some protection. Potential smites and some fusion pistol shots to maybe just reduce these down. Graham does still have some deep strikers to worry about as well, so we need to kind of protect our back lines. So I think what we'll do is we'll try and take this central area here, but we'll come back with movement phase and psychic as well. So we are just back after movement in the Harlequins turn 2. So we have disembarked and moved off. So disembarked the Shadow Seer, and then they've just moved up. These guys advanced a massive amount. So the Troop Master advanced a total of 14, Troop 13. So they just came straight through here. These guys have moved up to there just to get the fusion pistols in range of the Dreadnought there. Just across this side, the Death Jester has advanced. He moved 13 inches from across there. Advanced with the Star Weaver and advanced with these guys as well, just to get into range. Obviously the one-on-one wound there. Looking to maybe get some shots off or potentially finish off the Devastators up there. The only other move that we've had left to do was the Solitaire. He was here. We have blitzed and we got an additional 7 inches. So we've blitzed right the way across here to potentially, to get a charge into the back line there. And apart from that, that is everything done. So we're just going to do quick psychic powers. So we'll come back once I've decided what I want to do, and then we'll roll up some dice for shooting. Right, so we are just back after the shooting phase. Well, we're in the middle of shooting phase. Psychic phase was a bit poor. We tried to get Veil of Tears off and failed. And then we cast Smite and took 1 wound off the Dreadnought, and that was it. Firepower, these pistols are currently out of range. We've got a couple of shuriken fire, however. Bigger range with them. Across this side, absolutely pathetic. Did no damage here at all. We fired 2 up into the Devastators and didn't do any damage, and then no hits at all. The Death Jester did hit, but Graham passed the saves. So we're going to fire this squad first. So we have 2 fusion pistols. We have 1 there and 1 there, just into the side/back of the Redemptor. So 2 pistols hitting on 3s. So we do get 1. I am going to command reroll this one. So we will spend 1 point. So a 3 to hit. We do get it. It is 1 point. Do we get it back for Twilight? For our player of Twilight for this round? We do. So that is our point back, and that is it. Can't get any more back for this battle round. So 2 hits. For the fusion pistol, what's your toughness?
Toughness is 7.
7, okay. So we are wounding on 3s because it is strength 8. Don't think we're in 3 inches, no. We need to be really close to that, so it's just wounding on 3s. Okay, so we absolutely failed there. Right, so we have a couple of shuriken pistols to fire. So we've got 3 shuriken pistols from that squad, plus we'll do the Shadow Seer as well. So hitting on, well actually we'll do the troop first. Okay, so 2 hits. We'll need, strength 4 against toughness 7, 5s, is it?
Yeah, 5s.
Okay, none. 2s to hit with the Shadow Seer. Hits on a 3. And does not wound. And then we have 3 down here to fire at the same target. Hitting on 3s. All hit. And 5s. No wounds. Okay, so that is everything that has gone. We are going to set some assaults off, however. So we are going to attempt to charge this squad into the Dreadnought. A lot of Overwatch will be coming in, and we're going to charge the Star Weaver into them. Then we're going to charge the Sky Weavers, and then of course we're going to get the Solitaire in as well. So we'll come back once Overwatch is resolved with everything, and we'll come back with the combat phase. Right, so we are just in the middle of, the beginning of the fight phase. So we have getting in combat here. A couple of hits, but no damage taken. And across this side, no hits at all. So Solitaire's in, Star Weaver's in, and actually, I do tell a lie. There was a couple of hits at the Star Weaver, but we did pass our saves, and no damage done because the Star Weaver made it in. We're just going to start off with combat down here. So we have 2 Harlequins Kisses going first. So 8 attacks, and weapon skill for these guys, excuse me, will be hitting on 3s. So against the Dreadnought. Okay, so just the 1 fail. And this is probably going to be the tough part here. So the Harlequins Kiss on these guys is +1 strength, so toughness 4, toughness 7 for that guy, is he?
Yeah.
So strength 4 now, so we need 5s to wound. We actually surprisingly don't do too bad. So that's 3 wounds, -1 to your save. So it'll be 4 saves. So there's 2 fail.
Pass 1.
Okay, so 2 fail. 1. Yeah, so D3 damage. So D3 for this one. 1. D3 for the next one. 2. So 3 wounds taken there. Okay, and then we have the standard Harlequin players with their blades. So 3 of them. So these guys will be hitting on 3s. Not too bad again. Harlequin's blades. These are strength of the user, so strength 3 against toughness 7. So these will be 6s to wound. So a little bit tough to do this. So that is 1 wound at your standard save.
Passed.
Which you do pass. So you do get your attacks back.
Yep.
So 4 attacks back on the Harlequins.
And you did need us to drop us down a wound to drop us a bracket.
So you're still in your bracket. No damage taken there though.
No.
Right, okay. So 1 more wound would have...
No, sorry. Actually, no.
Oh, you're already there?
6, 7, 8, 9. No,
You're
sorry. We're
1 more wound?
fine. Perfectly fine. Another 2 wounds.
Another 2 wounds and that guy drops a bracket.
So I'm hitting you on 3s.
Yes, you are, yeah. So 2 hits.
It is
Redemptive Fist.
2s.
Will be 3s because you are in range. They are in range for the shield from harm. Still, that's fine.
Yep.
It's not going to matter.
-3.
4 up in guns. We do fail 1 and pass 1.
D6.
I am going to command reroll before you roll.
Okay.
So command reroll. We do fail. Do I get that command reroll? No, I've already done this part round.
Yeah. 6.
6. Okay, so that is 1 killed because it's not mortal wound. Okay, so we'll carry on with the rest of combats and come back at the end of Harlequin's turn 2. Okay, so we are just back after the Harlequins' assault and the end of their turn 2. So across this side, just 1 Harlequin killed, which is insane. Still in combat there. And that is it, really. Apart from, look at this, unit destroyed. The Harlequin, the Solitaire, killed 2, I believe. Yeah, no, it was 3, wasn't it?
Solitaire,
yeah, then these guys killed 9 of them. 6 of them, making 9. Full 10-man squad. Couldn't pass morale, even with rerolls. So that squad melted away. Does free them up, however, for targets from the Devastators. But that is the end of combat. We need to do consolidation moves, of course, over there as well. But just to go over our cards, we have achieved 1 card, and that is, where's it gone? Just trying to hide it from Graham.
Any morale tests?
No, I haven't lost enough to fail, but we have getting blood and guts. So score 1 victory point if we kill a unit. We could have done potentially more. Little bit on struggling against this guy. Would have been better if we got them fusion pistol hits, but you know, it doesn't always happen that way. So we'll get these guys moved, but that puts the Harlequins on 1 point. We'll have to draw a new card, so we'll hand it over to the Marines on their turn 2.
Right guys, it's Graham back for my turn 2, and obviously we lost some guys here. That's a big hit for us. We still have a Dreadnought here, which is on 6, 7, 8, 9 points, and a 4-point Dreadnought there with a 9-man squad there. Still got these 2 here, and hopefully they can give off some pot shots to possibly over there. But we have drawn out some cards, and we've still got Psychological Warfare, which I'm hoping to maybe get here, or maybe fall back out, maybe take some shots. Not too sure at the moment. We've got Defend Objective 2, which is right the way over there. Not going to get there anytime soon. And we've got Assassinate, which is score 1 victory point if at least one enemy character was destroyed during this turn. Potential. So if we move these guys up over around here, hopefully I can get 8 inches just so I can get him on the corner, maybe give him some shots as well. He's a character though, so I might need to fall out of combat here first, take them out, and then I can have full shots at him. I think that's going to be the main one and get Assassinate. Yeah, I might actually do that, maybe everything that I've got at him. Can't fire them at them because you've got this lot here. So we might... They'll be taking at the Death Jester. I'm going to fall this guy out of combat, and with the Ultramarines tactic I can still shoot. I'm going to shoot at him. Oh, I might not. I do need to take these out, I think, so I'm going to fall him back. I'm going to shoot at these with the Dreadnought, hopefully get rid of them. If all goes well, move these forward up to so they're closer to him. And we can take some shots. Move this Dreadnought up around here if possible, and we can take some shots there. Hopefully all going well. I might get possibly another 2 command points, which will put me on 4 to Stu's 2. So yep, I'm going to make the moves, and I'll hand you back over to Stu for the recap of the movement phase.
Right, so we are just at the end of Graham's movement phase on Marines turn 2. Just to mention, so the Dreadnought fell out of combat. I did play Segarak's Jest for 1 command point, didn't get it back, so that's all of the Harlequins command points done. And we dropped it down to 4 wounds. We've got 5 wounds with the fusion pistol, no damage done with the other one, and no damage done with the shuriken. So reduced his firing capability there. These guys have just shifted along. At the end, the captain's just jumped down, and the interceptors have just jumped in the back lines here, looking to get some pot shots more than likely at the troop unit. Across this side, obviously the Devastators staying calm over there. So apart from that, Graham doesn't have any sighters, so we'll go straight into shooting. And who are you going to open up with?
I'll do the Devastators.
Okay,
and
so
these are going to be at your bikes.
At the Skywaves down here, yeah. Okie doke, so...
so we're initially hitting on 3s.
Yeah, you'll be hitting on 4s because of Mirage launches. Okay, so both hit, so
Strength
on
9.
target. Toughness 4, so it'll be 3s.
No, strength 9, toughness 4, it would be 2s.
Yes, 2, sorry, yeah. My bad. Okay, so one does...
I'm going to command reroll because I've got 2 left.
2 command points left.
Yes.
Does get the wound.
It is -3.
Just before you, I will just roll to see if I get a command point back. Oh, new battle round, so 1 command point. We don't get it back. So I will do 2 4-up invuns, which we do pass both. 1 on a 5, 1 on a 4. So the hollow field's protecting us there. Moving across, who are you firing next?
We're going to do the Dreadnought.
Dreadnought, okay.
He's on 4 wounds, so he is
diminished firepower.
Crippled.
I take it he's firing into the troop unit in front of him.
4 to 6. He's hitting on 4, so it's not bad. Yes, he's going to fire the troop in front of him.
Okay.
And he's going to basically fire everything. So we'll start with the Gatling cannon.
Okay, so he will, with the Gatling weaponry being heavy, he will be hitting on 5s because he did move out of combat. Yeah. So it's still a lot of shots, however.
So this is the Gatling cannon, the main one,
and the smaller one.
One on his wrist.
Okay, so he will be hitting on 5s. Quite a few misses, but to do with the modifiers, not too bad actually. What's that? 5 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. Strength. Is it only strength 5?
Strength 5 weapon, yeah.
Right. Okay. So you'd be wounded on 3s, but because they're in range for shield for harm, wounded on 4s.
And we get 2 wounds.
Okay. 2 wounds. Any minus?
-1.
4 in one anyway for them. Oh, we do fail 2, so that's 2 killed. So we'll remove them in a second. I will take off these 2 here.
And I'm going to fire the frag grenade launchers at them as well.
Okay, yep. 2d6. Oh,
11.
That is nice. Yeah, 11 shots. Are these assault?
Yes. The frag storm grenade. Assault D6.
Yeah, so
Hit on 3s.
these will be hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just all of a sudden I forgot about how many wounds he had left, and I thought there was a minus there when, but that's right. So yep. So how many?
Hitting on 4s. 4s hit.
4s hits.
It is strength 4, toughness 3. So.
Well, technically it's toughness 4, so you'd be winning on 4s because of shield from harm. So another wound, and any mine like 4 pin one.
Yeah.
No, that is fine. Just to mention as well, Graham did clarify he didn't pay the points for the rocket pod on the top. No. So he hasn't actually fired it at all this game. So we'll carry on with the rest of Graham's shooting, see where he wants to fire the rest of his bolters, and obviously this dreadnought here.
I should have remembered me ones.
Ah yes, yeah. But you live and learn.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll remember it for your bolters. So we'll come back after Graham's finished his shooting phase. Right, so just back after the end of shooting and the end of Graham's turn. So shooting, the dreadnought, obviously you'd seen the firepower coming in there, doing a few wounds. These guys firing down did no damage, and then but this dreadnought firing across, we could see just around there. We can see the other dreadnought. So he done a lot of firepower, but he did only manage to take one of these guys out. So we were extremely lucky there. Untouched, obviously, over that side with the last cannons you'd seen earlier. These firing the bolt storms into this troop, killing 3 of them. We had passed morale as well. Graham has elected not to do any assaults. So points achieved in that round?
No points.
No points, and you are discarding...
Discarding the card, psychological warfare.
Okay.
Makes fail morale tests.
So discarding that one.
Yeah.
No problem. So we'll quickly go into Harlequins turn 3. We are starting to diminish models, so it may very well be over pretty soon actually. We'll have to have a look and see what the cards generate. But we'll generate the cards and quickly move ahead with movement. Turn 3 for Harlequins. Right, so we are just at the top of turn 3 for Harlequins. I did forget earlier, we already achieved secure objective 1. I forgot to cash the point in for that, but I've already told Graham about that one. But we've already gotten defend objective 1, so we're currently on 5 points because we're holding that there. The new cards that were pulled out, so we still had Kingslayer, but we're also getting another secure objective 1. We're already there with the Troop Master, so if we can secure that, we'll get another point there. And advance, we are pretty much guaranteed because of the type of deployment. We're already out of it, so as long as we can push forward, move round, I think we could potentially try and destroy as much of the Ultramarines as possible. So I think what the plan is, we need to somehow deal with these. I think mortal wound help may come in, and I think the Death Chester might have to lend a hand. Don't know what we're going to do at this stage. I think this is a bit of a suicide mission. We'll try and blow this up with the fusion pistol. With a bit of psychic support, we may just hold out here. So we'll have a look and see what we can do. Right, so just after movement on turn 3 for Harlequins. So we've moved the Troop Master and the 2 troop left to come after these guys here. The Death Chesters just moved onto objective 1 there. The Warlord, Shadow Seers, just moved up to help this lonely guy here. He's hoping to get some lucky shots and maybe potentially blow this up. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. So in response, we've moved up with the Skyweavers just to lend some fire support if it's needed. The Solitaires just moved up as well, looking to get into combat here. Across this side, with the Starweaver, we've just took the other one off and put that one back where he was, just so we've got the right height. And he's going to try and get some shots off at them guys up there. And that is it. So we're going to go straight into Psychic and shooting. Quick phase here. So Psychic phase, we'll come back once I've decided what I want to do with that. Right, so we are just back up to Psychic and shooting. Not very good to be honest. So Psychic, no powers got off. We tried to cast Veil of Tears onto this unit down here and failed. And we also tried to cast Smite, requiring a 6, we got a 5. No command rerolls. We did fire a random shot with the Death is Not Enough ability here. And we did take a wound off the captain there. In other news, these guys absolutely failed. The only damage came from one of them because we split fire. So 2 into this Dreadnought, no damage. 2 into this Dreadnought, and we did 1 mortal wound, no additional damage. And the Starweaver firing up at the Devastators did no damage there. So we're just going to do a couple of charges. So first of all, the 2 troop are going to be charging into this squad here. So Graham will have a lot of Overwatch there. I believe it's 18 shots.
18 shots, hitting on 6s.
It is. With the bolters.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
4 hits, okay. These are strength 5, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so wounded on 3s.
Oh.
So
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
-1, 1 damage.
This will be 4 up in guns for our hollow fields. Okay, so we do lose 1 on the way in. No, we lose both of them, sorry. Ah, that is bad.
I get another round.
Yeah, you do get another round on the Troop Master this time. Ah, that was unfortunate. No command rerolls available.
Hit on 6s. Come on. Oh. 1.
Ah, he's dazzled you. He's dazzled you.
1.
Yeah, still wounded though, so wounded on 3s.
No wound.
Feels the wound. Troop Master.
Double 1.
Oh no, he's in. He's definitely in. So he's going to attack this squad here. And pilot move, yep. Cool. And over this side, bit of a suicidal charge here. This guy is going to try to get into the Dreadnought. And then the Solitaire is going to try and get in the Dreadnought. And then the Bikes are going to try and get into combat with the Intercessor unit over there.
Okay.
So 2 Overwatch from this guy first.
Everything the Dreadnought has. That one little guy.
Okay, so hitting on 6s.
3.
4.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Strength 5.
Winning on 4s this time because he is in range for Shield from Harm.
Nothing.
Fails.
2d6 for the...
Oh yes, sorry, yeah, I was going to roll my charge distance.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is for your rockets. Well, your grenades, isn't it?
Yeah. So the hitting on
6s. 1.
You only need 1. Only need 1.
Strength 4.
Yep.
So you'd be winning on 4s, but you're now winning on 5s because of Shield from Harm, which you
nothing.
fail. Nothing else.
I'll just crush it with my fist.
Probably will. Okay, on a 5 inches, yeah, he's definitely in. So he gets into combat there. Thank you, Grim. Does the Solitaire get in? We need a good high roll for the Solitaire. 5, 6 inches, I think that should be more than enough to get into base contact with the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you move me, yeah, he's not going to pass within an inch of the Dreadnought there, so he can get in combat. And over this side, we'll cover that. Yeah, there's a lot of Overwatch there. So we'll come back once Graham's decided what he wants to do. So we are just back after the charge and the fight phase. So over here, as it's seen, obviously, for Overwatch, killing 2 of the players. The Troop Master did get in, killed one of them, 1 damage dealt back, so Troop Master's still there. Across this side, we did no damage on the Dreadnought. We absolutely missed with our wounds, which was the problem there. And these guys failed to get in, rolling a double 1 and losing that guy on 1 wound to Overwatch. So Graham will probably be looking to shoot the crap out of them. At the end of the round, we did score an extra 2 points. We got advance because none of my units are in my deployment zone. They are casualties. And we also got secure objective 1. Death Jester is currently sitting on that. So at the moment, the Harlequins are currently on 7 points. So we'll hand over to Graham for his turn 3. See what cards that he pulls out and see what he plans on doing next.
Right guys, Graham here just for the Ultramarines turn, and we've pulled 3 cards out. Well, we already had 2. We've got Defend Objective 4, which is right over there. As you can see, yeah, we're not going to get to that anytime soon. We have Assassinate, which is score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy character was destroyed during the turn. I could potentially get that with the character there. I think we can get D3 if we score 3. Potentially. We could potentially do that. And another one, which is Defend Objective 2. Objective 2 is over there. I'm not going to get there anytime soon. So basically what we're going to do, we are going to discard them. we're going to focus on that one, and we're going to go to literally balls to the wall. Let's show these Harlequins who is boss. Blue is better. So we're going to finish him off with these. We're going to fall out of combat, shoot. I'm going to split my fire with the Devastator squad, and we're going to take a shot down here and a shot over there. I'm going to fall out of combat, possibly over there, and we can take some shots, maybe split my fire, one there and the main weapons over there. I'm going to get him into combat with the Solitaire, and I'm going to basically pull these back a little bit, bring them forward, and we're going to take some pot shots and hopefully get Big Daddy Dreadnought into these. So yep, balls to the wall. We definitely march for MACRAGGE, and we definitely know no fear.
So we are just back after Space Marines movement, turn 3. These could be potentially the final turn. Just looking at the model count and obviously points wise as well. So Graham's just pulled these guys out of combat. Probably looking to blitz this guy here. This Dreadnought just fell out of combat as well. Did check, obviously not within an inch there, so that's fine. The Smash Captain's just moved up. Looks as though it's going to be a bit of a duel here. The Dreadnought, he's pretty much full health there. It's just moved up. And the Intercessors have just backed off into a bit of more of a formation there. So apart from that, that's everything all done for movement. Obviously the Devastator is fine there. So we'll go straight into shooting phase for Graham. So where you want to open up first?
Devastators.
Devastators?
I am going to split my fire. Okay. And I'm going to split one cannon over to this dude here, and one cannon down here.
Cool, good. So
we'll do the Death Jester first.
Okay, so you are hitting on 3s.
We've hit.
He hits.
I've got no command points.
No.
2s.
Yes, it is 2s, yeah. So does on a 2. 4, sorry.
Yep, -3.
4 bin one. We do pass our 4
bin ones that are keeping you. Right.
I wish there were 3 up the amount of stuff that I failed earlier.
Down here.
Is that at the Starweaver?
Yep.
Okay, so this would be -1, so 4s.
Hits.
Okay. Strength 9 against toughness 5. 3s to wound.
Wounded.
Does wound. 4 bin one. Can I do it again? We do.
Right.
Don't like the Mirage launches.
We're going to move over to the
these guys.
Yep, at your.
So that's what, 12 shots?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 shots at the. Oh no, you will have to shoot at that because he's a character.
Let's have a measure.
I'm pretty sure the Death Jester's closer.
5.
3.5. Right, just with the distance, I've just double checked again, and yeah, this guy's within 3.5 inches to the unit, whereas this guy is 4. So Graham can fire at the Troop Master, not a problem there. So you are hitting on 3s. The flag keyword.
Strength 5.
Toughness 3, so 3s to wound. What's that? 6?
6 -1.
Okay, so 4 invuns. Yes, he is killed. So that is that character removed. So that's the Troop Master. We'll carry on with the rest of Graham's shooting, and then we'll come back with assaults, because I think assaults is probably going to be a bit interesting down here. So we are just back after a shooting phase for Graham's Space Marines. Obviously we did see the shots from the Devastators there. Graham's disappointed with them. Just over this side, the Troop Master, he was killed. That was firepower coming in from these guys, so he's dead. A lot of firepower coming in over this side. Graham split his fire with the Intercessors. 3 of the guys shot across and killed the last remaining troop, freeing up the characters. So the Dreadnought is then fired into the Shadowseer, no damage taken. The rest of this Intercessor squad firing into these guys took one of them out, and one of them down to 1 wound. That was help from the Dreadnought over there as well. And that is all the firepower done. So Graham does have 5 charges to set off. So where are you starting first?
The Intercessors No, not the intercessor. Sorry, the interceptors into your death jester.
Into the Death Jester. Okay, so we will fire the standard loadout, so hitting on 6s. We do get the 1 hit. Wounding on 3, strength 6, toughness 5. So we do get 1 wound. And
normal
that
save.
is normal save, yeah.
3 up. We saved.
Okay, do they get in?
6, 7.
7, that should be enough. No problem at all.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, so Grim will obviously move them guys in. They do damage on the way in as well, don't they?
Yeah. This is when they actually do the...
Is it mortal wounds or something?
Mortal wounds once they finish the charge move. And I think I need 6s, but I will just clarify.
Yeah,
that.
I think it is.
I think 6s is a mortal wound. And you know what? I can't find me.
So we'll cover that in a sec.
Crushing charge. Roll a d6 each time the model
6.
from this. A 1 on a 6 mortal wound.
Okay, so just to see if any
2
mortal
models,
wounds are taken.
2 dice. 2 6s, please. And
No mortal wounds. Still get the attacks, of course,
I
though.
don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah. Next.
Dreadnought into your Shadow Seer.
Okay, I will get a shot from the shuriken pistol. Of all the things, it is flat, so that's fine. Lands on a stone. He'll more than likely get in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's him in.
Captain into the Solitaire.
Solitaire. Okay, he doesn't have any fiery weapons. So does he get in?
Oh yes.
Oh, he's in. He's angry. Bit of a challenge here.
We're going to have the Dreadnought go in first into your bikes, and then the Intercessors.
Okay, so 2d6 for how many shots we get with the Haywire Cannon. So we get 5.
Might have done that differently. Should have. Haven't rethought of that. Maybe I should have put the.
I still need 6s to hit.
Yeah.
But we do get 2.
I thought you would.
So 2 hits. We need 4s with having the vehicle keyword. But we do essentially need 5s to wound you though. Yeah, we don't.
Right.
Does he get in?
Charge distance in. Going for all this. I need to get in. 5, 6.
6 inches. He should get him in.
Yep.
Okay, and then the Intercessors.
Intercessors in.
5. 5.
Yeah. Then go right the way around.
Yeah, they should be able to pull all the way around. And obviously with the moving round, consolidations, piling manoeuvres. Right, so that is that done. Where are you starting the combat?
I think we're going after you, aren't we?
Yeah, you're going to do the captain, aren't you?
Yeah, the captain.
Okay, right.
We'll
it's the first time Graham's used this guy, fixed him up. Bit of a kit bash. Looks pretty cool.
Right, so he gets 4 attacks.
Okay.
A Thunderhammer.
Does is he got a relic or anything like that? Does he get extra
the
attack?
relic is the shield, which is the shield eternal model with a storm shield, combat shield only. The eternal shield replaces the model's storm shield or combat shield. The relic grants the bearer just a 3+ invuln save, and any damage it suffers is half.
It's halved, yeah. So it's rounded down.
No additional attacks.
Does his warlord trait give him anything additional?
2, 3, 4. His warlord trait is I think it does actually, the Imperium Sword. Roll failed charge rolls, which I don't need to do because I'm in. If your warlord charges in the charge phase, add 1 to his attacks. Okay,
so he does get 1 additional attack.
Yeah.
So what's he now? 5 attacks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, all with the Thunderhammer. You've only got 1 wound.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So it has to be a disastrous roll. I'm hitting on 2s.
Do you not have to subtract for the Thunderhammer?
I don't think Thunderhammer, when attacking with this,
yeah, you'd have to
subtract 1. So I'm hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s, okay.
I've got no command points.
Yep. So hitting on 3s against the Solitaire.
Come on. Yes.
Okay. His own bubble.
Yep.
So you reroll the 1. Okay. So 1 miss from that. Strength times 2, no doubt. So it'll be
times 2 of the user. Strength 8.
2's to wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
And it is
Impossible form.
-3 damage apiece.
Impossible form. 3 up invuln. If I fail at least one of these,
he's dead.
I'm dead. He is killed. It smashes him apart with the Thunderhammer. There was no chance he was going to survive that 1 wound.
Is that Slay the Warlord?
No. He can never be the Warlord.
Who
Well,
is
he
he?
can be, but he can never have a Warlord trait.
This Gimp here.
Yes, he's the Warlord. This Gimp here is the Warlord. Yeah, so that's the Solitaire killed.
Right.
So I take it that you probably want to move on to this one then?
Yeah, we'll just
just
consolidate.
Take this guy
That's
off.
enough. Yep, we'll move over to the Redemptor Dread.
This is the damaged one, however.
Yep. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah, because of his damage bracket. Okay, so 2 hits.
Strength 14.
Would be 2s, but you win on 3s because of shield from harm. Okay, so 2 come through.
Minus, I want to say -3.
Be 4 in run anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, we failed
nice,
both of them.
nice. D6 damage.
D6 damage. He is on full wounds. I need you to get
How
more
many wounds has he got?
The Solitaire, the Shadow Seer, has 5 wounds. 1 wound.
Come on.
Oh! He survives on 2 wounds left. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Lives to fight another day so far.
Right.
So we'll carry on with the rest of Graham's assault phase and we'll cover this one in a second. Right, so we are just back after combat. As you've seen, the majority, the Skyweavers were killed. So at the end of that, Graham, did you score any points there?
Yeah, I've scored 1 victory point because I took out 1 character. Or did I take out 2? Or did I?
You took out the Troop Master.
Troop Master, which is 1.
And
The
that was it.
Shadow,
That's just not a character.
not the what dude that was here with the
Oh, Solitaire.
Solitaire.
Yes, 2.
I needed to take out 3.
Yeah,
As
you
can
needed to
see,
kill-
That's
yeah.
where I was going. So yeah, I get 1 victory point for that.
Okay.
That puts me on 3.
On 3.
And I am going to burn 1 because to defend objective 4. It's right the way over there.
Yeah, it's me, the web way.
So yep.
Okay, so we will press on. Going into turn 4. Turn 4, it'll definitely be the last turn. There's like I've got like 3 models left, so I'll see what I can do. I think Graham could potentially go for the wipeout here, so we'll see what happens. Right, so we are just here at the top of turn 4 for Harlequins. We are extremely diminished. Cards that we have Secure Objective 4, Master of the Warp, and Kingslayer. Objective 4 is here, miles away from where we are. I don't think we're going to achieve these at all. Master of the Warp, we could potentially fall out of combat and maybe try and smite this guy, kill him. And I think I'm very tempted to call it because there's nothing else that I can do. If it goes on into my turn, into Graham's turn, I think he's just going to wipe these out. The fact the model count is just more. We're winning on points, but I honestly think that Graham's going to wipe these out. He only needs to take 3 units out here. So we'll have a deliberation and we'll see what we can do. But ultimately, I think the Harlequins are beat here. A little bit devastated really because there's a couple of things we could have done different, but just looking at the points of court, I mean the Harlequins have racked the points in, but on model count, Graham's still got a fully functioning Dreadnought here. He's still got 2 las cannons with lucky shots. He'll blow this away. These guys are just going to chase the Death Jester around. Even if I fall out of combat there's still a lot of firepower and the captain on 4 wounds. So I don't think it's feasible to win here. But we'll have a think. We'll have a look and see if there's anything we can do. But otherwise, I think we are going to have to call it. Right, so we are just back after deliberating, as I stated, for our final turn. And I have called it. Reasons for this, Graham was going to try and start to pull his models off, but then I told him I need to record. So it just comes down to model count really. I think we'd fall out of combat here. I know this guy's not in, but we'd have fell out of combat. I mean, the cards we got was Harness the Warp, obviously, as he said. We could have potentially done that. But I think firepower would either have come down here or the captain would chase him. Down here, the same. I'd have fell out. Maybe he's took one of them out, but then the bolters and a potential split fire again would have maybe killed him. We just don't have the model count for the cards, and obviously the Space Marines with their bolters would have just shot the crap out of them. So excellent game from Graham, really good tactics. Bit of a shame because obviously points wise the Harlequins were ahead, but we'll retreat back through the webway. Not that well, actually, yeah, we'll probably go through there. And that's it really. So we'll do a quick after game analysis, but I hope you've enjoyed this battle report. Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed that battle report featuring the Harlequins. They've only been on the channel twice, so I know you enjoyed that game, Graham.
I did. Always enjoyable when you win.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel as though it went up against the Harlequins?
Your bikes caused us problems. Definitely caused us some problems.
Just with the Mirage launches and all the minuses.
Your invuns were definitely a factor there. Definitely, they kind of kept the last cannons at bay.
Yeah.
Devastator squad didn't really do anything because they got, cut down to bits.
I just couldn't finish them off. They just kept surviving because where you put them was
too
good
close,
cover.
But they weren't really doing anything. I don't think they were causing you overly.
Yeah, they didn't really cause me too much. But yeah, so a little bit disappointed obviously from the Harlequins perspective because points wise we did quite well in points, but it just the model count really. You just once you get the hits through, the minuses are great, but once the hits started coming through, that's where the damage comes in. I'm quite impressed with the way that handled. Maybe there's a couple of little errors on my side, just trying to get a use and a little bit more battlefield experience with them. A couple more tricks I need to learn. But I'd probably say model of the match for me was probably the Solitaire really. Just dodged around and just threw interference. Didn't really do a massive amount really, but he
took
just
out nearly a full squad of intercessors.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he killed like 8 of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did well for that. But apart from that, he just gave you a little bit to worry about.
Yeah.
Bikes did okay. I thought that just unlucky rolls held up the other end. But apart from that, what would you say yours was for?
Captain. Brought him in turn 2, stuck him where I thought I needed it. I needed that. Re-roll me one bubble.
Then he dealt with the Solitaire, didn't he? Smashed him on the head.
He just saw an advantage, took it, and went in.
Yeah, it was good. It would have been nice for them to have a proper
that with the
head-to-head full wounds. Would have been quite interesting to see that.
That with the 2 dreadnoughts. I think in my army, especially the Primaris side of the army,
dreadnoughts do awesome.
You're always going to say dreadnoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so on that bombshell, it is an Ultramarines victory. So they did march for MACRAGGE and they didn't show any fear at all. So we'll just scuttle back into the webway. So please, if you've enjoyed this one, please give us a like and a subscribe. It certainly does help us, especially the subscriptions. It bumps us up and of course gives us a bit of a oh yeah, we'll do some more videos. So thanks very much for watching guys, and until next time, happy wargaming.